From podcasts to YouTube advertisements, VPNs are talked about a lot, but that doesn't really tell you whether they're worth investing in. To begin with, you need to know if the hype is real, how and if a VPN can save you money, whether that's still the case in 2024, and what to use a VPN for exactly. Luckily, that's why I'm releasing this video. I'm going to simply explain and even show you 5 ways I regularly use a VPN so that you can answer the question, should I use a VPN at all? But first, to understand the benefits, I'll give you a short explanation of how VPN works. You see, a VPN is a tool that reroutes your internet connection to a different place, both hiding your activity and protecting it with encryption. So when connected to a VPN, your real IP address has been swapped for a different one, making you virtually untraceable online. Security aside, there are tons of other reasons why I use a VPN. With servers located across the world, high speeds, or unique features for specific activities, a VPN can benefit any type of user. I'll be using NordVPN as an example in this video because it's currently the top of the market, but I have other recommendations too, so don't hesitate to check out my best VPN deals in the description. All right, my biggest takeaway will be to never blindly trust any VPN, and that a lot of the free VPNs are not going to be able to consistently do a lot of the stuff that I'm going to talk about today. Right, moving on to my first and arguably the most important answer to the question, what to use a VPN for, would be online shopping. Say you want to book something online like a trip. Have you ever searched for a flight a couple of times anticipating your next holiday, only to notice the price increases every time you look it up? It's annoying, right? This is because each time you visited the airline's website with an exposed IP, you've been tracked. I mean, the airline's out to make money, right? So they're increasing the flight you're so eager to buy to encourage you to commit to the purchase before it gets out of your price range. I know, it's diabolical, but can you blame them? What's cool is that you can be just as clever by using a VPN to switch to another IP, and then they're not going to know that it's you making the visits and you won't get dinged with the price increases. Another way to save money on flights is by changing your location. So this helps you avoid price discrimination. I tend to find that changing to the country of my destination and booking the flights with an IP from there gives the cheapest tickets. So maybe you're wondering if this type of method works when booking other stuff. It totally does, like with hotel or car rentals. Just like flights, there can be price discrimination here. So your booking location, browsing history, or even age can affect your results. So why overpay for the same service when you can simply use a VPN and switch your IP to the lower cost? So when I tested this method, there was about a $700 price difference between an IP located in Switzerland and one in the US. This is for the exact same car and applied filters as well. Just remember, it might take testing various servers to see a price drop. That's why a VPN with a wide array is a sure way to make it worth your time. Also, when deciding why to use a VPN, don't just think shopping. So let's take your favorite subscription. You think you got a fair price? Well, if you take a look at the same service in Argentina, Turkey, or Brazil, you might feel a little cheated by what you're paying. So why? Again, there are price differences for a lot of different services these days. To see if this is the case, all you've got to do is test it with a reliable VPN. Remember, not all of them will have the capabilities to bypass geo-blocks. With NordVPN, I found it to be consistent and reliable. And you can get the best deal down in the description to start saving money today. But first, let me show you that it actually works. So I simply connected to a US server and check out my streaming service cost. Now, watch what happens when I connect to a Turkish server. The price decreases just like that. Magic. Well, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic, right? Just make sure you clear your cookies and refresh the page after you switched servers. And if you're still wondering, is VPN worth it? and you torrent even just a little bit, then you're in for a treat. See, it's no secret that torrenting can be restricted or even have slower speeds depending on your country. Not to mention, your anonymity can be at risk while freely torrenting with your real IP. This isn't the case if you use a VPN though. All you have to do is open NordVPN and connect to a server. They have specifically optimized servers for torrenting, which makes the process a lot smoother and faster too, especially considering some other VPNs limit or won't even allow users to torrent. Next, it's important to go to your VPN settings and check that the kill switch is turned on. Thankfully, NordVPN is system-wide and enabled by default. This means that if your connection to the VPN server drops, the kill switch will cut your internet connection. In the case of torrenting, this is great because it helps you avoid exposing your IP or location by accident. So if you have any concerns, you can always check iPleak.net to see if it's working. All you gotta do next is head to your BitTorrent client and do your thing. And in this whole should you use a VPN for torrenting debate, I will say to get a good torrenting experience, the secret is also in the VPN. So if the jurisdiction isn't privacy friendly or the speeds are average, you might face issues. I tend to use NordVPN because not only are they located in Panama, it's a country outside of any data sharing alliances, but they also have some of the fastest speeds in testing. This means I'm not going to face any privacy issues or slow downloads, and that's the best of both worlds for any torrent enthusiast. Next is arguably one of the most used reasons for a VPN, and that is streaming content. So how to use a VPN for streaming? Well, because content can sometimes be different depending on your location, you may find that certain shows aren't available where you're trying to access them, or they could be restricted altogether. So using a VPN means you can work around these types of restrictions and access various libraries or even streaming platforms from anywhere in the world. So say I wanted to watch Japanese exclusive content. No worries, I just connect to a Japanese server and refresh my streaming platform. This is the case with a whole bunch of other libraries from Europe to South America. I mean, I can even regularly access streaming platforms that aren't available in my country using this method also. So just keep in mind that how VPN works, in this case, will differ depending on the provider you've chosen. Some can access a lot more than others. And I do need to remind you that free VPNs won't work here or give consistent results because they just tend to be limited with server and location numbers alongside bandwidth limits. And finally, I just cannot ignore the fact that a lot of people use VPNs just for their additional features. This can be a tipping point when choosing your VPN, and it can also amp up the value considerably. As I mentioned, NordVPN is one of the best on the market, and this mainly comes down to the extras you get. So one of my favorite features is threat protection because it functions kind of like an antivirus, protecting me from trackers and dangerous files and malicious websites. Not only that, but I can block ads while browsing online with threat protection enabled. There are only a handful of VPN providers that offer an antivirus style feature these days, and I truly believe that these protections are vital to have a full cybersecurity arsenal. While I will say I can't perform full scans like a traditional antivirus, it is still good to have these built-in features. And personally, I'm a big fan of MeshNet as well. This is a good alternative to outdated Hamachi since it can create protected LAN connections with distant devices. It's great both if you want to have fun with friends in a LAN game or if you need to have a secure file transfer for work. Plus, it's completely free for everyone. And the last extra I'd like to give a shout out to is specialty servers, specifically double VPN. So their benefit is entirely security based because your data passes through two servers rather than just one with the regular connection. Double the server, double the security. Just keep in mind that this can be much slower. So it isn't something I'd use every day, just for specific use cases when I want to maximize my protection. I should mention that this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to top VPN's functionalities. But if you're still wondering what VPN I should use in 2024, I'd say NordVPN. It's a safe bet for all of the uses that I've gone over. Plus, they're just really reliable, they're lightning fast, and generally packed with quite a few extra features. But I'm curious why VPN is used in your house. Are you more into privacy, accessing content, or saving money? Let me know in the comments how you'd prioritize those. And thanks for watching this Does a VPN Work in 2024 video. Appreciate your time. And you can check out the description for more information, and I will see you in the next one.